Hey, University Gullible 28. This is Nick Funditis from Royal LePage Performance Realty here in Ottawa. And you had a good question today. So your question was 60 days notice and then buying a house was the title. So basically, you and your husband are looking at buying a house. I'm guessing because you're moving to a rental to a purchase that there's a good chance that this might be your first house. And then you have your down payment saved and you're ready to get the ball rolling on the purchase. So that's awesome. The issue is that you have a home daycare and that you're self-employed. Fantastic. You have to give a certain amount of notice to your landlord, at least 60 days, and also check it likely is 60 days from the date that you pay each month. So if you're paying on the first, it's probably 60 days from the first of the month, not just a random 60 days. You're worried that you won't be able to find a house that you love after giving your notice, and that you'll have to leave this house and that you'll have to close the daycare. You'll have no employment until you buy a house and can open a new daycare. So basically, spiraling, all these things could go wrong. The good, can this make the lender change their mind? Is there a better way to do this so you don't get screwed? Yes. So the great news is there is a better way. The even better news is that if you do it right, everything's going to be fine here. It is possible to really avoid putting yourself in a situation where you're going to be in a pinch. So that basically just starts with good preparation. So it doesn't sound, I looked in the comments below, it doesn't look like you've talked to a realtor or a lender or anybody like that yet. Go do that. So go talk to your bank, go talk to a mortgage broker or even a couple of mortgage brokers. And they can give you an idea of the financial picture. So really have an accurate idea of what you can afford, how likely those rates are going to change. They can do something for you called a rate hold, which means you get at least the current available rents, and if, or not rents, sorry, mortgage rates. And if mortgage rates improve, they can actually move you to the better mortgage rates as well. I like mortgage brokers for this purpose a little bit more than banks, just because they do have the ability to shop different lenders for you. The second piece of the puzzle would be to contact a realtor. You can also go search on your own too. It's totally possible. But it sounds like if this is new, you might want a realtor on your side. You can get recommendations from friends and family who have been in a similar situation to you recently. You can go ask Reddit. There's lots of places to get good recommendations, and whatever you do, any recommendations, then go check that person's reviews, see if the people that are reviewing them are are like in kind of similar situations to you, that they've had the same kind of problems as you. So get prepared. If you do this first step, the rest of it's going to seem really easy. Once the second, so get set up on a search. Go start looking at homes before you serve any notice to your landlord. Your landlord does not need to know that you are looking for a house. They do not need to know until you actually go serve them notice that you're ending the tenancy. Second, once you find a home that you love, so you're going out looking with your realtor, and there's a good chance that you're going to be able to negotiate a closing that works. So, even before you've served notice, you're going to arrange a closing date with the purchase of your new place. And typical in Ottawa is anywhere from 30 to 90 days is kind of a normal closing. If you can find something that dovetails nicely with potential new termination, so let's say you find something near the end of May here, and you negotiate a mid July closing, so like July 15th, let's say. If you serve your notice so that your lease ends at the end of July, that means that you get your new place on the 15th of July. You can keep your old place, your rental, until the end of July, and you have 2 weeks in between to get everything moved over. And then my last bit of advice is just do the move piece by piece. You've got a home business, leave the home business at your home for as long as you can. So take the first weekend that you have possession of your new place to book your movers. Lisa Robinson from Streamline Your Move is really, really good for this to kind of make things stress free. So I'm going to give a shout out to her. She gets mentioned a lot on Reddit here. But book your movers for your stuff for the first weekend there, and get everything moved over to your new house. All the things you need to live, your bed, all your kitchen stuff, all your dining room table and your couch and stuff like that. And then the next weekend, because home daycares, the pieces that you have are a lot easier to fit in cars and trucks and stuff like that. Or you can have movers again if you really wanted. Move that over second. So let your current kids stay in your old house. So keep working your business in your old house for a little bit, and then move them over so that they end at your old house one Friday, move everything on the weekend, and then start your business at the new place on Monday. Use the time before you move to notify all your parents that you're moving to a new spot. If some of them aren't going to stay with you, then it gives you a little bit of time to go find some new kids for your daycare, because I know that that's always a consideration. And I think as long as you're prepared and you approach it in an organized way, you're going to be fine. I know that anytime you're moving, and if you haven't had a lot of exposure to that, it feels really stressful, but it is totally doable. We actually have a client who's doing the opposite right now. So we're going to sell their house. They're going to move to a rental place. But first, we have to find a place that will rent to them. And so, by the way, if you happen to be in Barrhaven and you're moving out of a rental that will take a home daycare, I mean, please tell me, because we're looking for one down in that area, and we might just have a house to sell you too. But anyways, I hope that that's helpful. You're going to be fine. You have a very good and valid question, but the great news is that there's an answer out there that you're going to be in great shape if you're organized. Have a fantastic day. I wish you luck on your move. And if you have any specific questions, keep in touch. I love Reddit questions. Cheers. Bye.